because we didn't ask for the United States to be involved in our problems.
Well, I prefer to use the term undocumented, because when people come here, if they follow the law, they work, they are raising their family, and they want the best for their families. The term undocumented, it's because they didn't comply with some of the requirements that governments have.
A lot of these undocumented immigrants, because when you say illegal, a lot of people think of criminals, and a lot of them are not criminals. They're pretty much here just so they can make a living without causing any trouble.
I can certainly understand why the term illegal is in kind of widespread use in the American public, and it's just I think it's not entirely accurate.
Well, one of the main problems surrounding illegal immigration is the whole issue of dividing families. And this country has always relied on the contributions of people who have arrived to this country, whether by force or voluntarily for more economic and educational opportunities.
The problem that I see as an immigration lawyer around so-called illegal immigration or unauthorized immigration to the United States is the lack of available means by which people could, a lot of those people can come into the United States.
Well, I was undocumented for a very long, well, I still am technically, but now I have like some sort of legalization through like DACA, which means deferred action childhood arrivals.
So what the president did in 2012 was used his executive power to enact or to announce that they were going to use the prosecutorial discretion not to deport people who met certain criteria, having been here before 2007, before age 16, and who were under age 30 and had graduated from high school or had a GED present up until 2012. So that was the first DACA, and that, with that, about 700,000 people who would have otherwise been DREAM Act recipients had the DREAM Act passed. With that, those people were able to be, obtain deferred action status.
De ser pobre en Guatemala y ser pobre en los Estados Unidos, 1000 veces ser pobre en los Estados Unidos, which just translates to, rather than be poor in Guatemala, I'd rather come to the United States and be poor here.
It's been proven all the benefits that immigrants bring to our country.
Without people like us, there would have never existed the United States, because like the United States needed something to keep it thriving.
If you take a look at our food industry, if you take a look at the people who do the work in restaurants, if you take a look, if it weren't for immigrants, we would not be able to support all of that.
Well, the economy is currently benefiting in a big way by having, this big group of 12 million people or so that are working in our economy.
Earning a living, they are willing to take that pay cut because they have to do what they have to do to survive. And I wouldn't say it's not bad for the economy, because either way, they still have to eat, they still have to pay for certain things. They have to pay for food, they have to, if they were able to buy a car, or if they were able to get any type of clothing, they still have to buy that. And you're helping the economy because you're actually going to a store and paying money for that. So
they would work, they're such hard workers, they would come in and accept anything, and jobs that people from here wouldn't want to be doing, cleaning, and not to say that people that aren't from here work that. Job's a job regardless, but that's not the case. they're not coming because they're trying to be freeloaders or they're trying to, leave their government behind and not take care of business at home. It's just they feel that they have no other options.
And a lot of the time, those people are the people like myself who come to this country and who do work the bottom. And they are the people that kind of sustain the country. And they're seen as the unwanted people, but they should be seen as the wanted people.
Their contribution in terms of the minimum wage that they get is so significant to the well-being of this country and to everyone who was here before.
Because without them, your life would not be the same. You wouldn't be able to afford the services you do. You won't be able to drive the car you drive. You gotta think about your food that they set on the table. Those apples, someone spent hours picking those apples. Someone picked hours picking those grapes. When you look at Forever 21, especially Forever 21 clothes made in the 90s with these tags, when you think about it, you don't think about the Citizenship of undocumented Mexicans sitting on top of like this little clutch space working on your clothes. They're the people who make your clothes, the people who wash your cars, the people who help you like take your laundry in. They're the little things that count that you miss every day. Like that hand that you're not seeing is the hand of an undocumented person in America.
Yes, I think the United States should allow for the residents who qualify to become legal residents and a path to citizenship.
I think the United States absolutely should allow a pathway to citizenship for, undocumented immigrants.
People who come here, they usually I hear stories of why immigrants come here is because they want a better life. Since the United States is considered first world, a lot of opportunities are here, economy is better. And if you're coming from a poor country in which you don't have a lot of resources, people want to go somewhere else to survive. It's just plain common sense that people want to go somewhere else where they can make money and then live.
Like I said, I come from parents that are undocumented. My grandparents are undocumented. I have aunts, cousins all over that came without any papers. But I used to think that yes, come along or it's great. But hearing the things that these kids go through on their trip over here, I would like to say that I'm against it, just because I think that there's no need for kids to endure the violence and all the things that they have to do just to come to this country, when I feel that the attention should be placed in their countries.
America, let's just say this as America doesn't run on Dunkin', it runs on immigrants, and it's true because these people are the people that are really bringing forward, doing something for everybody. They work the restaurant jobs. They're your waiters. They're the people that clean your houses. They're the people who take care of your children. And a lot of places, like a lot of the younger ones, such as myself, they're the people who teach your children and educate your kids about art, who create murals, who are part of projects in the community, who are the future, the community activists, the community organizers, who know how to deal with problems that affect you directly.